I like the way it's playing out, right? A nimble structure that isn't top heavy, that isn't off balance, and with that, it possesses an internal structure, an internal design, an internal architecture based on innovation. So what I'm talking about is an athletic build, a marathon runner. I like where this is going. And what I mean by that is look at where we stand now. The Xbox Series console has the niche market. The PS5, PS4 has a proliferation, but it's the casual gamer. It's the gamer that doesn't buy games. It's the FIFA box. It's the Fortnite box. It's the Call of Duty box. And who owns that? Now, the Xbox Family Store owns that. So what you're looking for in business is not really to make money. What you want to do in business is to ensure your costs are comparable to your profits, to your revenues. That's what you want to do. You don't want to make money in business. You want to ensure your revenues are comparable to your costs. And that's called an ongoing concern. That's called an ongoing business. That is business. And that's your business. And you keep your business, and your business, no one can stop it. And so I think the public relations of the Family Shop Xbox, Microsoft Xbox, has gone pretty well. As long as it can maintain, the Family Shop can maintain a family-friendly appeal to gaming for everyone, gaming for dad, gaming for mum, gaming for the family, things should sort of carry forth. Now, yes, there are different aspects of the Microsoft gaming division of Xbox becoming a publisher. There's no doubt in that. That's not the problem. The problem is running a gaming business of Xbox, whether it's a going concern, whether it has a substance. Is it a business? Do the costs exceed the revenues? Yes, there are breakpoints. However, is the underlying future capital value worth the present cost today? Knowing that money in the bank loses 3% inflation, right? And in real estate, it takes 3% per year. So you're losing 6% of your money value. And everyone knows cash in the bank is better to put money, reinvest it, right? Because if something has an underlying business of sales, will grow on a stock market each year if it's steady and solid. So it isn't so much the future value of cloud gaming and the Microsoft gaming ecosystem as we know it today. The future value 30 years from now could be a way to finance today, to understand the inflow, outflow of money today, of the business model today, could actually be seeing it from 30 years from now. And so it's spent $71 billion on Activision. It's spent a number of billion on Bethesda to keep Skyrim going, Skyrim 2, to keep Call of Duty going. This is great news for the ecosystem. This is great news for people that just want to rent, not buy their games. However, what it's about is just a business that sells toys for children. It's not very complicated. It's a status symbol to have to as a buyer, as a customer, to buy Xbox products and services. It's almost like a social status event. It's a niche. It's engaging in a niche. a profitable niche. And niches are above and beyond needs. Like, we have needs, but we have wants. And so you don't want to sell the same amount of plastic boxes than Sony's doing. You don't want to do that. You don't want to be the casual box for normies. You want a system that will eventually be a niche that other people can't get into. You want that golden handshake. You want to be special in someone's life. It's better to have 10% or 5% of what Sony's doing, but that 5% is a gold mine niche and will go from business from year to year, and it runs itself. You just basically take your hands off it. It will sort its own problems out. And you can throw money into it now, because 30 years from now, that is going to be an interesting investment. Putting money into it now is going to be, you're going to beat losing inflation 3%, and you're going to beat the real estate market, because that money is going back into the share market. And that stock price in 30 years' time, it's just another way to put your money in the bank. It's another type of, to invest in a brand as Xbox is another place to, it's another type of bank account to put your money. So buying Activision for $70 billion, it's not really about the $70 billion. It's the fact that they would even sell. If you've got such a good business as Call of Duty, they would sell. See, stock valuation is usually inflated. Is it really worth its underlying value? So Bobby Kotick wanted his, I speculate whether he just wanted his money out from that speculated position. That's most likely what it is, but what he didn't realize, he sold up, keeping his percentage in Activision forever, unless he wants to buy back in. Unless he wants to buy Microsoft shares. But it's sort of like the pinnacle of small business is that your business has value so you can sell it, so you can retire. That's the pinnacle of small business, yet your business is going to be worth something to someone else. And so really, Call of Duty, Bethesda, are they really worth anything? There's that many clones of games. There's that many clones of Skyrim. There's that many clones of Fallout. There's that many clones of Call of Duty. Doesn't really, really matter anyway. So, nevertheless, it's a good foot forward. It's a great place to scratch up. Money loses value anyway. It's a great place to put money into, to build it, to grow it. The two best game publishers with the best IP, and you go forward with that. It's sensible and makes sense, right? To build up a subscription model, those monthly sales tie in, right? Case by case. I mean, the walled garden, in terms of what games go cross-play or not, is about building that game IP. Building that game franchise. However, you got to weigh things up. Not so much case by case, but you've got to weigh things up in terms of the Xbox ecosystem, the Xbox brand. Where is it going to be 30 years from now? And what are you trying to accomplish globally? You see? Nevertheless, I think you just don't want anything that the competitor Sony, the PS5, the PS4, you don't want what they have. You want to be as far away as possible from the Sony strategy as possible. You want to stay nimble. You want to stay athletic. You want to be a marathon runner. You want a plastic box. You want to, Series S is in the Project Scarlet. The Series S has done so much to deliver. The two models has really put the competitor on the back step, but you don't want to do what they're doing. You don't want a box for casuals and normies. You want a box for the niche market, and it is profitable. And the amount of time you put in, and that's what's happening with Sony. They're putting hundreds of hours in, and getting nothing back. That's what you want. You want to manage a company. The employees and the staff members put time in, right? And they get something back. Sony's going to run out of time. They can't hire the staff to run the company because there's too much to do, because everyone, they got players, not payers. Microsoft has payers and players, but they've got payers. Payers is what you want. You can run a company with customers that are payers. Because Sony's got too many customers. They got to cull them down and get rid of most of them. Ship them off back to Microsoft, ship them off back to Nintendo. You don't want to do what Sony's doing. You don't want that. You're going to lock into your niche, lock into your ecosystem, lock into the quality of your hardware, the quality of your services, and just invest for the next 10 to 30 years to put the cash and invite investment from other investment people. Invite investment into Microsoft, and that's all you got to worry about.